in this day and age, like I just said, when I had those conversations, whether that be with my barber or whether that be with kids at the prep school, I keep hearing a common denominator, which is people aren't patient nowadays. Because of social media and because of the prevalence of high school basketball players now, you see all of them got 100K plus followers, posting their offers on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. And that's all kids see day to day. And that's all parents see. So in players' minds and parents' minds, all they think about is, oh, I got to get that offer. And, oh, this kid is a freshman and he has an offer. Oh, I need that. One kid told me that, oh, yeah, this kid over here is an 8th grader and he just got his first offer and I'm already a sophomore. I don't have one. What am I doing wrong? Like, I must have no chance. What I try to tell players as well as parents is you have to run your own race. Everyone is going to be different, and the actual legitimate, realistic timeline of getting to a scholarship, I'm about to let you know what it is. It's not what you see on the internet, these 5 stars or kids that are already 6'7", 6'8", in 8th grade. That's not the norm. They're getting scholarships because they are ahead of schedule than most everybody else. But at some point, everyone else will catch up. And there's just a lot of people now who aren't willing to wait, who aren't willing to put that work in to actually get to their goal. You might not get it when you want it, but it will be there right on time. So in terms of a timeline, I just want to debunk some of the things that I've heard out there. As a player or as a parent of a player, you do not have to be a top 50, top 100 player when you're in middle school. In fact, the majority of basketball players that young, including me, I could barely dribble and look up at the same time. Like, I'm talking about, I'm missing every single layup known to man, wide open, like was terrible in middle school, completely terrible. And that's the case for a majority of players. You just have a lot of players and parents now. You see an 8th grader, like I said, or a 7th grader get an offer, but he's 6'8" and has a mustache and a beard already. Of course, he's going to have a scholarship. He's already built for college and middle school. For a majority of the population, it is going to take some time. You will have to, go through some type of development over some years if you want to eventually get to that level where you are good enough to receive a scholarship. For a lot of players and their parents, once you hit high school, I feel like there's a clock that starts to go off. Part of it is because of social media. And it's telling you, oh, if I don't have an offer by the end of my freshman year, sophomore year, something's wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I'm not developing how I'm supposed to. Even the notion that as a freshman, you should be on varsity if you want any chance of getting to college. That's not the case at all. We had 1 freshman on varsity my freshman year of high school. People from my class and people from classes before me will tell you back then, if you were a freshman on varsity, bro, you were the coldest thing ever. Like, that just didn't happen, like, at all. If you did that, you were completely different, especially in Georgia, because the talent level was pretty high. So for me as a freshman, I played freshman and I swung JV. Played freshman and I swung JV because I was terrible. I think a lot of people nowadays, whether it's the players lying to themselves or parents might be thinking their son or daughter is better than they actually are. No, the natural progression of things is you might not be playing varsity your freshman year. My sophomore year, what did I do? I played JV and I swung varsity. You see how I took a step up year by year. My freshman year, it didn't just come to me. No, I had to develop. Sophomore year, I played some JV, swung varsity, and that's where I started to learn that. Remember, I tell the stories about coach stopping practice, throwing the ball in my chest, telling me you need to start dunking more and giving me DMPs, not playing me. It's because why? I wasn't ready. By doing that, he was letting me know that I wasn't ready for it yet. And for a lot of players, you have to understand and be realistic with yourself. You might not be ready for it yet. At some point you will be, but you have to put in that work first to get to that goal. I'll even tell y'all this. So for players who you get to a high school as a freshman and coach doesn't want to put you on varsity, you're like, okay, forget you. I'm going to transfer over here where they're going to let me play as a freshman. That can actually be more harmful than helpful because you're going to start that mindset in that player's head that, oh, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I'm this good. And if this coach can't see it, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to tell you guys this. I've yet to meet a coach who tries to lose games on purpose. I've yet to meet a coach that doesn't play his best players. So guess what? Maybe you didn't make the varsity team because the players on varsity are actually better than you. So when you transfer to a team that allows you to play on varsity right away, obviously the competition there wasn't that good. But the competition where you were, if you would have stayed and worked against those players who were on varsity every single day, you would get that much better. Instead, you transfer somewhere where you can just play all the minutes you want, but you're not playing any competition in practice. So you're really not getting better at all. You got to think about that before you make these moves so abruptly.